You're in bed right now. Or at least you were about 30 minutes ago, before you started watching this, phone in hand, scrolling through whatever the algorithm decided you needed tonight. Here's a weird question. What were people doing in those exact hours 70,000 years ago? Before phones, before TV, before electricity, before books, before literally everything we use to fill a Tuesday night? The answer is going to surprise you. And honestly, it might make you a little jealous of ancient humans. Picture East Africa, 70,000 years ago, savanna as far as you can see. The sun is setting. The sky is turning that orange-pink color that nobody in human history has ever been able to ignore. A small group of people, 15, maybe 20, is gathering. They're your entire social world, your whole community, your family, your friends, your co-workers, your government, all 20 of them. And a fire is going. Because fire is life. Not metaphorically, literally. Without it, darkness means death. Predators. Lions don't care how smart you are. Leopards definitely don't care. So the circle of firelight is the circle of safety, and everyone squeezes into it. And then something interesting starts to happen. An anthropologist named Polly Wiesner did something fascinating. She observed hunter-gatherer communities and compared their daytime conversations to their nighttime ones. Daytime, 80% practical. Food, tools, who was being annoying, work stuff, complaints. Basically, ancient Slack messages. Nighttime, around the fire, 80% stories, myths, legends, tales about distant peoples, jokes, spiritual experiences, emotions. The firelight physically transformed what humans were capable of saying to each other. And here's why that matters. Those stories weren't entertainment, they were technology. Stories are how humans pass down survival information across generations without writing. Stories are how you teach your child which berries kill you without having to watch them die first. Stories are how a group of 20 people builds a shared identity that makes them trust each other with their lives. The campfire was the original social network, and the evening was prime time, but storytelling was just the beginning. Because once you're safe, warm, and fed, the human mind gets creative. So here's what ancient humans were actually doing in those pre-sleep hours. 6 things. Number 1, tool maintenance, sharpening spears, scraping hides, repairing things that broke during the hunt. This sounds like homework, but it wasn't. It was done communally, slowly, rhythmically. It was basically ancient ASMR. Number 2, planning. Tomorrow's hunt needed coordination. Which direction? Who leads? Who blocks? This was strategy, military planning, and team building all in one conversation around a fire. Number 3, music. We've found bone flutes over 40,000 years old. Humans have been making music in the dark for longer than we can fully measure. Drumming, clapping, singing, these synchronize the group's emotional state. Music is literally a social bonding technology. Number 4, body decoration, ochre, charcoal, shells, and beads. Applying markings to the body before sleep was ritual. It signaled identity, tribe, status, spiritual protection, the ancient equivalent of a really significant outfit. Number 5, teaching. Children learned everything by watching elders at firelight. There was no school, no curriculum, just old people telling young people true stories about the world, and the young people remembering because their lives depended on it. Number 6, sky watching. Imagine a night sky with zero light pollution. The Milky Way wasn't a faint smear, it was a blazing river overhead. Ancient humans built cosmologies, navigation systems, entire spiritual worldviews by lying on the ground and watching the sky before sleep. Okay, get ready. Because this is the part that genuinely broke my brain. Ancient humans didn't sleep in one long block. For almost all of human history, including well into the 1800s, people slept in 2 separate segments. Historian Roger Ekirch spent 15 years researching old texts, medical diaries, court records, novels, letters. And across hundreds of years of documents from around the world, he found the same pattern. People referred to their first sleep and their second sleep as completely normal, separate events. The first sleep started around sunset and lasted roughly 4 hours. Then people woke up. Naturally, without an alarm, for 1 to 2 hours. And they didn't panic. They didn't lie there anxiously staring at the ceiling. This waking period was considered valuable, sacred even. People prayed, they had sex, they talked, they visited neighbors, some read by candlelight. Doctors prescribed medicines to be taken during this period specifically because of the body's unique metabolic state. Neuroscience now confirms that during this waking period, the brain is flooded with prolactin, a hormone that produces a dreamy, creative, deeply relaxed state. You're awake, but your brain is in a different gear, calm, imaginative, suspended between two worlds. Then came the second sleep, and people woke up refreshed. We didn't replace this pattern because it stopped working. We replaced it with artificial light, and then alarm clocks, and then industrial work schedules, and now we lie in bed unable to sleep at 2 a.m. and call it insomnia. But for most of human history, that was just Tuesday. So let's compare. Ancient human evening. Gather with community, share stories, make music, decorate your body, plan tomorrow, watch the stars. Have a deeply creative middle-of-the-night waking period. Sleep twice. Your evening, open 17 apps. Watch content that was designed by an algorithm to keep you watching content. Fall asleep on accident with your screen still on. Wake up at 2 a.m. unable to sleep and open another app. I'm not judging you. I'm doing the exact same thing. But here's what the research actually says. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin production. Social media before bed increases anxiety and reduces sleep quality. Passive content consumption activates the nervous system in a way that makes it harder to wind down. In other words, the thing we chose to replace the ancient evening ritual with is chemically and neurologically the opposite of what helps humans sleep well. The ancient evening worked so well because it was active, social, creative, physical, present. And it ended with the body naturally ready for rest. Ours ends with us doom scrolling until our eyes hurt, and then wondering why we feel terrible in the morning. Here's the thing. You don't have to rewild yourself. Nobody's asking you to sit by a campfire every night, although honestly that sounds incredible. But there's something in the ancient pre-sleep ritual that we've lost, and we feel it. That restlessness, that sense that the evening slipped by without really happening. The ancient humans used those hours to be with each other, be creative, and be present. That's it. 3 things, 3 ancient technologies for being human. Tonight, try one. Tell someone a real story. Put your phone face down for an hour. Step outside and look at the actual sky. Make something with your hands. You have the same brain that sat around that campfire 70,000 years ago. It still knows what it wants. It's just waiting for you to offer it something real. If this made you think, subscribe. There's so much more human strangeness where this came from. The next video is right there waiting. I'll see you in it.